core committed group here.
Gideon Davidson, what are your initial impressions?
I mean, as advertised, he's physically, impressive. I mean, just further along than I thought he would be coming in. I mean, he doesn't look like a high school kid. I mean, he looks like a kid that's been in college about 3 years. He's really thick, strong, explosive. He's north of 200. I mean, he just looks great physically, and just what you thought he'd be. Really smooth athlete and a lot of confidence, fast. So he's done a nice job picking things up well. Proud of him.
I think this time around last year, Cade Klubnik, his play was kind of a big question. Entering spring practice, I guess, going into his senior season, how do you kind of see him kind of improve from last spring practice to this spring practice?
Yeah, he wasn't a big question to me. He was just a guy in progress, just a guy in process of becoming a great player. Wasn't a big question. He just first-year starter that, like a lot of guys, did a lot of good stuff and some stuff he needed to improve on. But, I mean, he's just picking up where he left off. Very confident. The game has really slowed down for him. You saw that last year, and but that's what we forget. I mean, we're so quick to just condemn a young player that doesn't play like the senior version of himself, and it's just kind of comes with it, unfortunately. But I don't care how talented you are, there's a process that you have to go through to really develop in this game. And so he's just made the right stuff and picked up where he left off. He's an unbelievable leader. Again, he's made a lot of great plays all throughout camp. A lot of good chemistry with the receivers. This time last year we had some new people that were, we had some guys not out there in the spring, and then we had some guys that like TJ that wasn't going to get here till the summer. Some guys that weren't out in the spring from injury standpoint. And then you had some new people showing up that were trying to kind of get on the same page. And, they're just a lot further along from a chemistry standpoint. But Cade he's just a veteran guy, veteran leader, very confident. And, that can only come from being battle tested and having the type of experience that he's got from really good success, but also some failure as well.
That said, what's your expectation for Vizina in the spring?
Take another step. We thought he did that last year. We needed to see really a lot of improvement from him. Again, he was a kid that really bought into what we were asking him to do. He was only 17 coming in here, and we told him we weren't going to sign a quarterback in 24. He was going to be the 23-24 guy. We told him we wasn't going to get any reps in 23. We were going to redshirt him, because we kind of had our guys here. He didn't get many reps. But last year he got all the 2 reps. And really by the end of the year, especially the second half, when I started giving him all of our, kind of end of practice competitive work, I just really saw a jump in him. And, so we just got to continue to see that from him. And he's just a committed kid. He's really talented. We were really fortunate to get him. Highly recruited guy, and just bought into our plan. And so I'm just proud of him. I mean, he's done a nice job. He's in a much better spot than he was this time last year going into his really getting first reps. Now he's gotten 2 reps all year, and in this spring we're giving him a lot of 1 reps. I think that's the next step for him. And so we getting Cade the work he needs, but really force feeding, CV. And so far, so good.
About Chris Denson, just the first spring practice for a true freshman.
Yeah, he's just raw. I mean, just a good athlete, really smart. Really, the game, I think kind of comes easy to him. He understands the game. Great athlete, just like we thought. I mean, he's just a natural. I mean, the guy can motor. But just game's fast, and he's got just a raw quarterback. Got a lot of work to do to really get where we need to be. But you start somewhere. He's a high school kid rolling in here and doing a good job of learning.
Coach Allen said the other day you got to do some live work and How did that look, and what all came out of that? And is everybody still kind of healthy other than the ones we already know about?
Yeah. So Wednesday just got a few plays. I mean, it was just literally maybe 6 plays in one rack and then maybe 4 in another. It wasn't much. But today was our first true live work. It was kind of a half scrimmage day for us. So it was really good. It was good. We like to kind of build toward a scrimmage. So a little bit of live the other day. Again, it was kind of just some goal line stuff and then one little rack at the end of practice. But today was kind of a half practice and then a little half scrimmage. Kind of not a lot of plays, but hit all the situations. So just first down, and then kind of a rack, and then you come back, first down, play second down, second and long, play third down, some third and long, and then we finished up with some, inside the 10, first and 9, play it out. So just really all the field zones and just getting everybody dialed in a little bit from a situational standpoint, and then tomorrow will be just kind of a all thud day, more of just a true practice. Monday's a little bit of a lighter day, and then we'll have our first big scrimmage on Wednesday before the break, so pro day on Thursday. So it's been good. It's going fast. But, again, as I said the other day, there's only 3 guys not here. So we really have a great opportunity to do a lot of teaching and a lot of developing, with our team, and we're trying to take full advantage of that. So it's been good.
Coach Allen's talking about guys who stood out to him as far and said, well, where's he fit in position? How far along is he in his transition from receiver to?
Yeah, he's in process. I mean, he's got a ways to go. He's a sophomore, that has had no fundamental work at safety until this spring. We moved him. He never had an off season. So it's been really good. But he's a safety for us. He's kind of that boundary rover type guy, and it's the right spot. He is doing well. He can run. He's big. He's strong. He's physical. But just getting better each day. Every day is an opportunity for him to improve and gain some confidence. They're all learning the scheme, learning the terminology, and he's one of those guys that just flashes. You just notice him.
How about Marcus Dix in his transition to the
It's
team?
been good. I mean, he's. I would say he's flashed. You see his natural athlete. I mean, he's a really good athlete, but he's I think made a good transition. What's the physicality going to look like? How's it going to look when you're asking him to spill a pulling guard? What does that stuff look like? But I think he's really taken to it well, and he's another guy that has flashed. We got him, and Tink is another guy that we've been really trying to evaluate this spring, and so those guys, I would say they've flashed each day in some form or fashion. So doing well.
Tristan Noob's in yellow. I guess what's his
Postseason surgery. Yeah, just got a bunch of guys that had a lot of cleanup postseason stuff, and he's one of them.
And Coach, today you have Clemson Life here,
Yep.
and I just wanted to know, what do you think about this experience and what that means for your players and these students that's getting to be involved today?
It's awesome. I mean, Clemson Life's a big part of the DNA of Clemson University. I mean, it really is. It's a special organization, and what they do to equip young people that have some type of so-called special need, if you will. It's awesome to see. I mean, to come to Clemson, to get their education, to learn all the skills that they need to prepare to go on to their life after school. Yeah, so it's something that obviously Kath and I have been passionate about for a long time. We love to support the Clemson Life program, and I think I'm speaking at the graduation this year. Look forward to that. But it's fun. We do this every spring. We do a little county fair with them. It's awesome to see our players interact with our Clemson Life students, and then in the fall they come in and usually just kind of eat and hang out and get a chance to watch a practice. So twice a year we try to engage with them, and I know they have a great time, but I really think we all probably get more out of it than they do. They just bring a ton of joy.
Are y'all roster-wise basically just operating with what you do up until you have to cut it down in the summer? Pretty much, you've got a full spring roster.
Yeah, I'd like to have a few more out. We need as many as we can get. That's a positive, because we thought originally we were going to have to be at 105 by July 1. So we don't have to do that until first game week unless some Hail Mary happens. So try to keep as many as we can as long as we can.
So I think a few of the guys have maybe transitioned to like recruiting assistant roles, like Cardoni and Mason Johnson. Is that something you've like offered?
No, those guys are off the field. Yep. Mason I think's working in like recruiting or something. But there's a few of those guys that may, if they don't make the 105, they may be a student assistant or something. We got a few guys that are going to be seniors, that maybe they can serve the team in another role. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
How hard does that make it for you to have to hold on that long, all the way you said up to the first game?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not hard on me. It's hard on them. That's but they all know. I mean, that's just kind of nothing we can do about it. But they love to play ball. They love to be a part of it, and and who knows? Anything can happen. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to go into the season at least with a healthy 105, whoever it is, and give yourself the most practice guys available as you go into it. But it's I hate it for the kids, but that's just, they all know. Everybody knows.
In terms of Cade, I guess improvement for his senior season, what would you like to see him kind of work on or work towards as he enters his final season?
Yeah, I mean, just more of the same. Last year there was a lot. I mean, we needed to see a lot of improvement on his negative plays. We needed to see less turnovers. We needed to see a more physical development. We need to see more maturity, more leadership. We saw all that. So more of the same. And, they just continue to keep going. I think another area that he can really, master even more is just his situational awareness. There's some things there I think that he can improve on. He's a kid that wants to complete every pass. So, I think continuing again from the physical standpoint, that's a part of it. Another thing we needed from him last year is we needed him to be a factor with his legs. Well, I think we all saw that. He wasn't much of a factor the year before, and he became really, really dangerous. So just continuing to have a great feel in the pocket, being able to, extend and slide and create and make those cheap first downs when we need them.
Will know what's your impressions of him as a player, some of his strengths and weaknesses?
I mean, like I said, it's the first time I've seen him live, but just his strength is he's big, long, strong. He's experienced. He's played a lot of football. He's confident, and the kid's got an unbelievable motor. I mean, just motor's always on. It's all there's just one gear wide open with him, and I love that about him. So, still just like everybody, learning the defense and getting going. But he's just one of those kids you notice. Easy to notice him.
You mentioned Amare. You didn't see him. You saw him during matches. He was a big enough leg. Seeing him now on the field, getting reps in, what you how do you kind of view him as a player?
He's one of those guys that matches up what everybody says about him. He's really, really talented. Got a chance to be a great player.
Coach Allen was talking to us about the installed defense. First day of 5 plays. That really allows them to keep things simple, play fast. How do you see the defense kind of practice?
It's good. I mean, tempo's been great. You can see the guys, a lot of energy out there. I mean, they're coaching every snap. So, just trying to get them to, play with the confidence that we need and get them off to a good start. But I love it. It's been a lot of fun. Been a really good edge at practice every day. And again, we got a lot of guys that aren't necessarily getting a bunch. We got postseason guys like Cape Hart and Steph Island that aren't out there, and a few other guys as well. But it's been good. I mean, they're just one day at a time. We got a long way to go. But I mean, we don't play in the spring as far as they don't give us any victories in the spring. But as far as what we need to do to put ourselves in position to have a good summer and head into camp, we're getting that done.
About 2-3 more minutes with Coach before you get to Clemson Life. You don't have any more?
It's not your direct lane, but were you happy to see the Clemson ACC settlement? I know Graham and Jim Clemens talked about, this is a really good thing for us. Do you agree kind of with that assessment?
Yeah, and they did a great job. I mean, they just, they keep me in the loop, on what I needed to know and whenever I needed to know it. But, man, I let them worry about all that stuff. And, I'm thankful for all the lawyers and all the people involved. And it's definitely good for Clemson.
What do you think about the brand initiative thing that they're going to push through as part of that, with the larger share going to people who have the higher TV ratings, that type of stuff?
Yeah, it's just all part of it. That's what all them lawyers get paid for. They meet and settle all that stuff. That's why I guess it was called a settlement. You know, everybody, all those people had to figure out what they were going to agree on. So, hey, that's great. You know, my job is just to go see if we can win.
So, the punting competition, I guess, Jackson, you've seen more consistency from him. What has Robert done so far?
Yeah, Robert's been great. I mean, we've had one true competition day, and Jack won it, but it was really competitive, not just with Robert, but with McCoon. McCoon is the kid from Charleston Southern. All three of those guys got big legs. It's been fun though to see Robert get in the mix. I mean, he's got a unique leg. He's powerful now, but I was really proud of Jack. We'll do it again, but we've kind of had one true. We punt a lot, but a true team competition, and it was fun to see that. Trying to create a lot of pressure. So they're all off to a good start. It's been a good spring thus far, with all three of those guys. So we'll see. It's good to know we got really good competition on campus. So I feel confident about the group, and Ryan Allen. I mean, he just does an awesome job for us with those guys. He's been a game changer, and that's what he did. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champ, and so they're in good hands with him.
One final one for Coach.
The sneak over to men's basketball tomorrow, and I guess you're rooting for UNC to beat Duke, so Clemson can share a portion of the ACC regular season.
I'm rooting for Clemson, man. I'm rooting for Clemson. And whatever happens after that, I mean, I'm so proud of those guys. I'm actually not going to be able to go. We've got a huge recruiting day tomorrow, so I'll be here till probably about 9 o'clock tomorrow night. But we'll have it on. I think by the time we'll have dinner, and we'll be watching it with our prospects here. But man, I'm so proud of those guys. I mean, just a historic year. I mean, it's been awesome to watch them. And how the Loch Ness Monster, did that take off? Did anybody get that?
Yeah.
Oh, they said it on the bar.
Yeah, they had your video.
Is he gonna get an NIL deal or anything out of it? The Loch Ness Monster. I'm excited about it, man. Little March Madness with the Loch Ness. It's gonna be fun. I'm real proud of them. I mean, all of them. I caught the girls last night in overtime. I was living and dying with that, and man, I know this season didn't go like Poppy probably wanted it, but you see a lot of a really good foundation and how they competed this year. But yeah, it's fun. So tournaments next week. That's great. Yes. Tournaments next week, and then it's March Madness the next week. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Should be awesome to see. It'll be great.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.